Welcome to Erlenberg. The main parts of this map are going to be this city here, especially this bridge, this castle over here, and then this hill here with also this hill coming into play as well. The back of the map here as well and here are two main points as well. You need to watch out for them because a lot of TDs are going to be sitting over here and over here. The heavy tank's going to go to the city. Medium tanks, some heavy tanks choose to go here. I don't really know why, there's no real point. But medium tanks going to go over here, and also here you can get some very nice hold down spots down here and also be completely hidden when you shoot for anyone over there. This part over here, there is a house, there's two houses that you can get behind and give you some sort of cover. But for light tanks, you want to just try to be an active roll around here if you're in an EBR, or alternatively you go here fast and then back off just to get some early spots. But yeah, let's move into the light tank spot, shall we? Okay, so light tank spot number one that I'm going to show you is just over this side of the map. There is a few bushes that you can go into that I'll show you along the way. The exact same thing is for the other side, but you just obviously cross the bridge and then you'll just spot around here. If you're on this side, try not to overpeak, because if you overpeak this and you're not in an EBR, it's not really going to end very well for you. So just take a quick peek and then back off straight away to the safety of this hill. As long as you're behind this bit here, no TDs can shoot you, and also no one from the city can shoot you, which is the most important part, because a lot of people will sit in houses around here getting ready to shoot you over here, so just be careful of that. But yeah, for the other side, it's exactly the same. You don't want to overpeak anything, and remember that you are pretty safe around like here. Don't go into this dip, because people that are here, and obviously this is going to be the enemy side if you're on this base, and you come up from over the bridge, you go up here, anyone that's around there will be able to shoot you if they have a shot. There's a few spots around there that have shots, which I'll show you later on in the video. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But come up to the windmill, get your spots done, and then just back off again, straight behind this hill. And as long as you're around here, kind of thing, then you'll be safe, because they can't shoot you from here. No one can shoot from the city, because remember, your team should be holding this anyway. And you've got TD support from behind you if there's any TDs there. So yeah, that's basically this side of the map there. Like, if there's no one here at all, then you could sit in any of these bushes. But I don't really recommend it, because as soon as someone comes up, they're pretty much in proximity range of you. So any side that they come up, they can proxy you instantly, and then you could die pretty fast. But later on in the game, if you know there's no one over here, then you could go into this bush, for example, and then get some nice spotting on anyone that's in the city that fires, or alternatively anyone that's over there. So yeah, this spot over here is pretty nice. Let's now move over to this side of the map for the light tanks. Okay, so over this side, you're going to have to cross the bridge. Alternatively, you can go across the river. You won't drown. You should be fine. But what I will say is, do not go along this road. This goes for any tank. Whether you're in a medium tank, a heavy tank, any tank. Mainly because of this, okay? There is a bush that is... Where is it? Well, pretty much any of these bushes, especially this bush right here. Okay? People will go and sit in this bush if they're a light tank. So, as long as you get far enough back, so remember, it's about here. So, you want to be maybe even on this road, out of the way of it, and then you come in. Do not go along this road. I see so many people going along this road in mouse tanks. Like, I don't understand. Type 5 heavy, mouse, like, they all come over here. They shouldn't be going over here in the first place in a Type 5 heavy and a mouse, but yeah, it doesn't make sense. Just go around the back and just stay undetected. The first bush that I am going to show you is this bush right here. You can use this. Do not knock over that tree, because, well, I'm a moron, so, you know. Use this bush. As long as there's no other light tanks around here. So if you know that there's only one light tank on the enemy team, or, you know, and he's gone over there, then you can go into this bush and just stay here for a little bit. Do not stay here for too long, because as soon as the enemies come up to this castle bit, you will get detected. So as soon as they cross this little rubble pile, you'll get detected. So just come here, get the initial spot, and then back off. Alternatively, and that only really it doesn't really work in an EBR, because in an EBR, all that you have to do is just go all the way up to here. You get the first spot, you back off and run away. You don't have to go past that. You just go up to like that and then you back off. You can even spot sometimes artilleries that are moving around to here, if they so choose. But yeah, alternatively, you could go like this, which is an even better spot, but you are more exposed with no cover really to actually help you escape. Whereas you have these castles, outposts here. So yeah, that's the light tank spots for this side of the map. We'll now move over to this, and I'll quickly show you this position here. There's kind of two positions. I don't recommend actually going into this bush here, just simply because it doesn't have enough camo. Whereas in this bush here, you can actually stay pretty safe. This will give you more than enough camo to deal with anyone around. You can always, you know, if you so choose, you could go like into this bush here. It just depends how you want to play it. But it will also keep you safe from anyone in the city as well if you go like this. I've been in this bush before, in an EBR. It might not have even been an EBR. It might have been a Hawk 30 actually. And you can just stay in this bush, and then you can spot anyone that goes across the road like a moron. And also anyone that is going across this bridge. Once they reach the end, you won't spot them actually crossing the bridge, but you'll spot them at the end if they turn right here, or you know, left on the screen. So yeah, this spot's very, very nice, and I'd recommend you go to this. It's an easy counter also for anyone that's pushing up here, because they'll get spotted. They probably won't die for it, but you'll be able to spot them as they're coming up, and they won't necessarily realize that it's you that's spotting them, because if they go up like this and then they spot everyone over here, then they'll know that, okay, well, yeah, I probably just got spotted by one of them. And then they back off. So yeah, this spot's very, very nice in the starting of the game. And you can stay here almost indefinitely. Once your team loses the castle, you can still stay here because you should be safe. As long as you have very, very good camo rating, you'll be fine here. You don't really have to worry about anything. And even if they lose the city, I've had something like a Charfuture come around this corner here, and he's not spotted me. So, yeah, it's a really nice spot. Besides that, you can just do the old spotting run. You go up, you play around this mound here, is what you do. You go up like this, you get the spotting, you back off straight away. Nothing else really to do for this. That's basically light tanks. That's everything you really need to know to get started on Erlenberg for light tanks. So yeah, let's now move on to the medium tanks. Okay, so for the medium tanks, the first spot that I'm going to show you is over this side, and it's just this hill. TDs can go over here as well, although I wouldn't really recommend it. Just simply because as soon as you get spotted, you're quite exposed, and if you're not in something that's quite fast, then it's going to be a little bit of a struggle, or at least something that doesn't have armor. It's going to be an issue. Whereas the Leo can go up here, it's fast enough to go up here, it's got a good enough kind of camo rating almost to deal with this. So yeah, you just go up here and you just play this hill. You don't go up all the way because that's just suicide, because you've got no cover. Whereas if you get spotted here, you can back off straight away and then get behind this hill. The only thing that's going to hit you now is artillery. So keep that in mind. And also this spot right here is where you're going to get shot from. So that here and also there, that is where you're going to get shot from. There's a little rubble pile there, which I'll show you, where you can get shot from, and you can see all of this. So as soon as someone gets spotted, you'll be able to see it. And it's really, really clear as well. So if you kind of know that there's no one here, then you can push up. And then you can get shots on people that are over here as well. But yeah, this is just this side. You can go down and go play around this hill. If you're in something that's got good hull armor, or sorry, good turret armor, such as, you know, like an STB1, you can go up here. And as long as you've got the gun depression, you can again shoot over there. Also shoot anyone that's going to go here. So yeah, you can get some really good games out of this side of the map for the medium tanks. But yeah, let's switch over to the other side of the map, which is over here, and then we'll discuss what you can actually do over here. So for the other side of the map, it's a little bit different. You can't really do too much. You can't actually go to the hill at all because of the fact that if you do, you're exposed to anyone that's down here. So you're just going to die instantly as soon as you try and get there. What you can do is just keep peeking up over this ridgeline, but you're going to need gun depression. You're going to need quite a lot of gun depression. You can almost do it in the Leo, but you're going to need something like an STB-1 to really make this spot work. And besides that, there's not a lot you can do. You can keep peeking up and trying to get shots at the hill, but everyone should be down behind it a little bit. But if someone's stupid enough to go up to the top, then you can get shots on them. But yeah, this side of the map is not very nice, honestly, for this. The other side definitely has more positions that you can actually use to actually shoot the city and also shoot you. So yeah, it's not really too balanced on this side, in my opinion. But I mean, you can still win. You just have to be patient. Wait for the enemy to make a mistake. Don't try and push anything, because it's completely useless if you try and push something around there or into here from this point. So yeah, that's pretty much this bit for medium tanks. We'll now move on to the other side of the map, which is over here. Yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so for this side of the map, there's a few things you can do. Obviously, do not go along the road. There is no use for that. Take this road here, and then you can go along and around the back of the castle. That's where I'd recommend you go. What you can do is actually just go along the river, and then just go along like this, because there's no real loss in time. Another thing that I want to mention is, you see how, this is for all maps, you see how there's like the river bit of, it's almost like a land bridge. You can actually go across them. So if you're looking on the map and you see this sort of area, then you can actually go across that. You'll be safe, you won't drown, you'll go across it a lot faster than if you were just in normal water, because it's raised up. So yeah, keep that in mind. So when you see that, you might be able to cross a river from that position. But you can either go across the bridge like I did and then go cut in, or you can just go straight across. What I like to do is either sit up here if you're in something like a Leo and something that can snipe from distance, or if you're not and you've got good enough turret armor, then you can play along this ridgeline here, depending on how much gun depression you have, is depending on how high up you go, or a lot of tanks will just go right up to here. The only problem with going right up to here is that anyone that is sitting in this position here will be able to spot you, pull back behind the bush, and then shoot you, and you will not get, they will not get detected. So keep that in mind. Also, you could just go straight into the castle and just fight it out along here. It's up to you, depending on what tank you're using. But yeah, you need to be careful of this position here, because they will not get detected when they fire if they're doing that properly. So yeah, that's pretty much all your options. You can't really push this unless you have the majority of your tanks with you. And even then, what I'd recommend you do is go and dive almost. Do not dive like right away, like kind of slide off and then dive down like that. And then you can get up into this position here. You're then under the gunfire of this, and then you can actually shoot people over there as well. So as long as you have turret armor, you can use this, and then you should be able to shoot anyone that's over there. I wouldn't go as wide as I did, because you'll probably die before you even get here, but you get what I mean. Just make sure you don't die as you dive off, and then you can get into this position. And then you can shoot anyone that's there, you can back off again, and just keep doing that. Keep being really annoying for anyone that's there. And once you win that, then you can push up, you spot them. If they fire, you pull back, or alternatively, you go all the way around, and you do exactly the same thing that you did to these people, but over there. So yeah, you can push this, but you're going to need tanks with you. If you don't have tanks with you, then you'll just die, and the rest of the team is just going to sit there just like, well, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much this side of the map. You can push it, you can win it. Just be careful for any TDs that are sitting at the back of the map here as well, which is going to be all in this ridgeline. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this side. For the other side, I'm going to show you the bush quickly here. All that it's going to be is these bushes here. What you want to do is go into the bush. You sit here. You're going to spot anyone that comes around this corner. You then make sure that you do not knock a tree down. So I'd suggest you go like this and then make sure that it's all clear behind you. You go like this. You spot. When they're spotted in front of you, you back off. The bush becomes completely solid. Like this. You shoot through the bush. You get the shot off. You get damage. You go back into the bush. You spot them again. And you just keep rinse and repeat. Just doing that. They will not spot you. It's really nice. Also, you could knock down some trees early on in the game before anyone gets here. So, for example, you could knock down a few trees like that. It's just down to you, like how you want to play it. What I usually do is knock this one down, and then I'll also knock down this one, so that we kind of make like a triangle almost, like that. And then that way, it's even more cover for when you back off to actually shoot through the bush. So again, use that if you want to. Also, knock down these two trees if you want to, because then you don't have to worry about knocking these down and ruining your position later on in the game. But yeah, and remember always, HE is your friend in these times where you can actually shoot the bottom of the tree and it will knock it down for you. But obviously, do not shoot the tree if there's someone in front of you. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this bush area. The only other bit that you'll go to is over here with the castle. A lot like with the light tank spot that I showed you, you'll just keep peeking up here. There's plenty of spots that you can get. For example, you can go up here. You're relatively artillery safe as well from here because of this outpost kind of thing. And you can shoot into the city. There's even a few windows that you can actually shoot through, which I can't remember exactly which ones they are because it's just you see the outline. I mean, I know there's one, I think, that is around there, I think. Yeah, if you get there, or even there, I can't remember exactly, but you'll see with the outline, with the enemies. Also, people that come around here and then go like that, yes, it can work. Should you do it? No, probably not. Like, I mean, if you're in a super slow heavy tank, do not go like this. It doesn't work. Like, because anyone that's here is just going to shoot you instantly. So yeah, that's this side of the map sorted out. I'm now going to show you two spots which are not really for the new player. I know I make these guides for the new player, but if you have played a few thousand games and you kind of know what you're doing, then you can get into these spots. So yeah, let me just show you what I mean. Okay, so these two spots I'm going to show you. The first one is getting into this position here. You're going to need something that is fast enough to cross the river. You can either cross here or you cross here. Make sure you do not lose speed while you're doing this, because it's going to really affect you in your crossing ability, and you're going to have to get here before the others, before the enemies do. So you're going to need enough speed, so you're going to need a little bit of speed as you come up to here, and you can either turn into this one here, or if you're building up more speed, then you can actually cross like this. You go to that, you go down here, and I mean the best route is like this, but it doesn't really matter. But you see what I mean. If you actually zoom out all the way and then look down, you can actually see the path of least resistance. But once you get here, you're relatively safe from the hill, and I say relatively because there is still going to be people that over peak up here and will shoot you as you're doing this. If you don't have any TDs here and you don't have anyone here, just forget it. Don't go here. It's not worth it. So if no one goes this side of the map, for whatever reason that they've chosen, do not do this. But from here, as long as you have turret armor, you can go here, take your shot, back off, and like just look at this hold down spot that you have. Yeah, if you're in a chieftain, it's just GG. And I chose medium tanks for this because pretty much any tank can do this. Besides TDs, obviously. But heavy tanks, medium tanks, not light tanks, obviously the obvious tanks do not do this, but yeah, this spot's really, really nice. And I just thought I'd add it in there because if you are a little bit more experienced, like you don't have to be bloody 100 million games to be able to use this position, but if you know what you're doing in the game, or you feel you're confident enough, then you can try this. And I mean, what's the harm in trying, right? But yeah, that's this spot. I'm now going to show you the other spot, which is really nice over the other side of the map. Okay, so for the next spot, it is going to be trying to get into this corner bit here. And you're going to do it as fast as you possibly can. So you want to dive off this corner bit here, and then make sure you stay along this line here. Now, what you want to do is... this is stupidly risky, okay? Do not do this if you don't really know what you're doing. But what you want to do is you can either go up there or you can just dive off here. You go along here. You make sure that you carry on going. You got this bit here. And as soon as you're here, you're then pretty much there. You just keep going, and you don't stop, and then you get into this spot here. You should arrive before any heavy tanks get here. If you do it correctly. And then once you are here, you have this insane spot to be in. You can shoot through this building. Now, I do not know how many times I have shot people through this and got stupidly high damage games because they simply didn't know this existed. This window here, you can shoot right through. Like, look, see? It actually goes through. And your team should hold this side and also this side. So that means that you're safe from both sides. The only side that you need to worry about is people up on this ridgeline. And if you actually do it like this, you're pretty much safe. From over there, there. The only thing that you do need to worry about is anyone up there. But all you have to do if you are getting shot is just back up into this corner. You can even go hold down over here and then shoot people over on that ridgeline. You're going to need to have something with armor, because if you do get shot, it's going to be a little bit interesting, let's say. So something fast and with armor, like a 140 T62A, fast enough and has a little bit of armor. So, I mean, you can do it with a Leo, don't get me wrong, but it's not as effective. So yeah, that's this spot. And it is super effective. So do not try these spots if you don't know what you're doing in the first place. But if you do, then go for it. Let's now move on to the heavy tank, shall we? Okay, so for the heavy tanks, you have two options for this side of the map. You have this bit here or this bit here. Remember when I said don't take a Type 5 or a mouse there? If you're in something that's a little bit faster, then you can go to this spot here. However, if you're in a Type 5 or a mouse, just go into here. This position is much better for you, much better for slower tanks. So yeah, there's plenty of places around here as well that you can go to. For example, if you want to get some shots onto people in the castle, you can actually do so around here, and you can go down that kind of alleyway. Also, you can alternatively go down that alleyway, and you also get anyone on there and around there. But the main one that I like to go to is these two spots here. One here, where you go hold down, and this one here where you can also go hold down. However, this one here is a lot more open, a lot more exposed to any artillery that might be over here, and also anyone that pushes forwards here. A lot of people will go and just push forward straight away to try and stop any tanks that are pushing this side, and it's a very good valid strat to do so. However, if you go like this, then the only things that can shoot you is people over there, there, and there. So it's up to you which one you want to go to. I like this one a lot. And you can also cross over, and you can try and stop anyone that's trying to push there, that spot that I showed you. Another spot is here. There's plenty of spots around here that you can get some very, very good damage done. Around here is pretty useless, to be honest. It's good for the enemy, but if you sit here, you are sacrificing a lot of damage, to be honest. And sure, you're actually helping your team to win because you block off anyone that's crossing here. But artillery can shoot you from here. Also, anyone that's on the hill can shoot you. So it's not really worth it to sit here. The main spots should be those two spots there. And that's about it. Like, you can sit here as well. So it's up to you where you want to sit. As I said, you can go down this alleyway as well. And you are kind of exposed to anyone that's over there. But I mean, you kind of hold down. Like, sort of. They can still see your hold down, but it's not as much. I mean, if you'd done this, then, you know, they wouldn't really have too much of a chance. But, yeah, it depends on what tank you have. Or alternatively, if you're in something that's really fast, like a 277, you might even be able to do the spot that I showed you. Chieftain, not so much. It's not really very fast. It's just fast enough. But for the other side, the exact same kind of thing applies. You don't want to cross this bridge at all until such time as everyone is dead around here. The exact same thing. You can either side scrape on this corner here, or alternatively, if you're fast enough, you can get up to here and then go hold down for this rubble pile here. Both work. Both are really good. Yeah, as long as you have a very strong turret, like an IS-7 or something like that, then you can go to there. And even if you're fast enough, you can go around here. And you have the choice of either shooting the heavy tanks or the medium tanks that are pushing up to here, or you can just go and take some shots at anyone over there. Also, this spot here is very, very nice because you can shoot anyone at the back of the map as long as they're spotted, and anyone in the castle that's going along around about there. So yeah, that's pretty much heavy tanks. I'm not going to show you TDs because honestly, like, the video's long enough and you just sit at the back here, or you sit at the back here. Like, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to work out that there's bushes, you go in them, and you just find the spot that works for you. Like, that is where you go, that is where you go, or you go around here. So it's up to you where you go in your TDs, because that's where you should go, and it's just a waste of my time and your time for me to show you it. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video, then you know what to do, and yeah, I'll see you all in a bit.